It's a tricky name in a tricky industry, because generally Mashaya Mthethwa, it's more of a person who's often lying.
Yes.
That's the definition of it. That's where most people are getting stuck. Go step by step. Trade to survive, trade to maintain, trade to grow, then you become a millionaire. Profitability is a result of information applied.
Okay.
If we really look into it. Why should I ask for people's money?
So you can enrich yourself. How?
We make money from the markets. Our greatest goal in life is to be permanently rich in a way that being poor becomes impossible as it was being rich. Yeah, keep blowing.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Nqobile Tembane from Top Trader South Africa, and I'm bringing you guys another episode of Market Masters. So today is a very special one. We're still at FMAS. We just did day one of FMAS. And I have a Durban trader, but we're all in Cape Town right now. And there's been a little bit of he was angry at me, guys. Let me be honest. Let me confess why it's because there's been a little bit of communication problems from my end. No, but I'm actually really grateful that we finally get to do this. I know you guys have actually been asking for him, but I've got Mashaya Mthethwa, the creator of the 7-1 method, here with me.
Yeah. Welcome. Hi guys, thank you for the opportunity. Finally, we're here.
Yes.
Due to business and miscommunication, things happen.
Yeah, no,
So
but
it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, but I think everything has its own timing, I'll just say
true,
that,
true.
I think such moments like this become so ordained, and I think there's a purpose and a reason why things happen the way they happen. Yeah, even though we might not understand it when we go through it, but hey, man, we're not here for that.
Yeah.
Yes, we are here to talk about you. We're here to talk about Mashaya. Do people know you as Mashaya?
Yeah.
Are there any jokes behind that when people see? Because when I saw it the first time, I'm like, Mashaya. We know who a Mashaya is.
It's a tricky name in a tricky industry, because generally Mashaya Mthethwa, it's more of a person who's often lying.
Yes.
That's the definition of it. So when there's Mashaya and Forex is a scam, Mashaya. So what is this guy? What's happening here?
I'm with my famous friend here. He's about to tell you about a broker. You need to listen to him and you need to sign up. Use the link down below on the description. Also use this promo code for 100% bonus. Industry 100. Come, tell them about it.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you guys about Octa today, a broker that actually respects its traders. No commissions, no swaps. Spirits start from 0.6 pips. You earn it, you keep it. No hidden costs, no games. Just clean, fair trading conditions designed so that you can earn more from every trade. And on top of that, withdrawals within 90 minutes. Your money when you need it. Now use the link in the description below or else. All right, thank you.
So there's a lot of trust issues there.
Yeah.
But generally Mashaya is a name given to me by my grandmother. It was my great-grandfather's name.
Okay.
So supposedly I endorse it. So yeah, but from primary, high school, I used the name Albert most.
Oh,
so I was more like a popular learner in school. So they called me often, like everywhere, Albert. So when I got to college, I was like, hey, I've had enough of this Albert. You like, have you ever been so having many people call your name to a point where you think your name is meaningless? Like it's what everyone is calling you. I wasn't a smart student, but I was like a hard worker. I'd put in the work and all that. So even the teachers, they knew me. The learners, they came to me for assistance. So when I got to college, I was like, okay, let me just calm down. Let me change my name. Use my, it's actually my first name. Let me use my first name now.
Oh, okay.
So that I can not be popular. You know, I never wanted to be popular. Hey, but bro, shit broke. It's even worse now. It's even worse. Even this one.
It's been
it's
done.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for just making time. I know after the day we had today, I know we are pretty exhausted, but I think at the end of the day, we have an understanding of what this conversation is going to do, not just for us, but for the people who are watching at home. Yeah, no, but I think before we get into other things, I want to talk about the formation of who you've become today beyond the trades, beyond the charts. You know, what has formed you? What are things that have happened in your early days, you know, to kind of bring us here? We'll get to here, but I want to hear about Mashaya from back then, or should I say Albert from back then?
Hey, bro, you know, in as much as we hate poverty, you know, we hate the lifestyle of unaffordability, coming from a family of none, like there's no one great in my family, according to my record. So I'm a granny's boy, to put it straight. So I'm a granny's boy, you know. Yeah, I got a go bit. So now, if you are staying with your grandmother, the only thing that is important to her is that you've eaten. Just eat. There's no curiosity there. There's nothing else.
Sure.
Make sure that you go to school, you come back, you eat, you wash your clothes, just the basic stuff. So, Kuliso Koko from ever since up until high school. And I've done things. My grandmother always, you know, she wasn't working. Some of the grandmothers you'd find they are domestic workers. So my grandmother was a garden person. She's always in the garden planting maize, meal, lettuce, you know. Since it's winter right now, she's, you know, still going at it. Even if I'm like, you can retire now, you know, but she still goes for it.
Yeah.
So I used to do that, you know. She'd go to do the stuff. I go to school, come back from school on weekends. I'm selling, you know, to one point where I think I was doing grade 7. That's why I started selling millies in town, bro. So I was selling millies, you know, like uthwala indishi yombila bese shisa and uhambe renki the whole town because you're trying to sell. You have a target to hit. Yeah, so that's my childhood. I wasn't a very social person. I wasn't going out that much. I'll just stay home, watch TV, watch cartoons. You know, my grandmother was a very disciplined person, very disciplined. So if you go out by chance or you come back late, bro, you get some tips. Yeah. So now, but I'm very grateful of that because it's made me of a person that I am. To this point, you know, looking some of the things, if they happen at that time, you hardly understand why, you know. So you only get the reason late. But once something is happening, you're like, hey, I'm being abusive, and all. Especially in today's world, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Because if you get discipline, people, they just take discipline and say it's abuse. You see. So for me, I grew up under an iron hand, but I'm very grateful because today I am this person that I am due to all those circumstances, due to everything that I went through. So this is the actual results, which means all of those challenges, the poverty strike and everything, it's actually worked out. But it's all up here because the way I was thinking before, I was thinking in terms of survival. But now when I'm thinking in terms of sustainability and growth.
You know, a lot of people are living on survival mode, to be honest. True. I think everyone, especially in our economy right now, you find that a lot of people are functioning from a place of survival mode. And I think it's understandable. A lot of people approach Forex with that mindset of survival mode. What do you think that needs to happen, that shift as well, for people to kind of move away from survival mode? Do you think that functioning from a place of survival mode hinders a person's success?
First things first, you need to be in that state. Most people, they often question consistency, but consistency is the same as showing up every day.
Okay.
So when you come to survival mode, let's take me as a granny's boy, right? I stay with my grandmother, no ambitions, in as much as I do have those goals I want to hit in life. But the basic thing that I was taught is make sure that you have food on the table, make sure that you have cosmetics, stay clean, some soap to wash your clothes. So starting off, like even after I started trading, so to say, I was just trading for those basic things, like maintain myself. I don't have to bother anyone. Trade, buy groceries, trade, pay rent, trade, just those basic things. So for most people, I think starting off in that mentality will help you. And then once you see that now these are no longer a problem, then you set the next target. Because the challenges with most traders is when they start off in trading, they just want to become millionaires. And they're forgetting the very same thing you're talking about, survival mode.
Okay.
So they just want to skip from survival mode to millionaires. That's where most people are getting stuck. Go step by step. Trade to survive, trade to maintain, trade to grow. Then you become a millionaire. You see? Because once you become a millionaire, it means you've covered all the loopholes, you've covered all the debts if you have, you've covered a lot of things, and then now you are at a place whereby you can stack up your money. You don't just stack up your money and then you spend it, because, hey, that's another trap. Trading to save money for you to spend it all, that also leaves you in debt. Imagine you're trading and then you have your 1 million, you buy a house for 500,000, maybe you buy a car for 300,000, you have 200,000 left, then you're going to spend on your clothes, you're going to spend on maybe furniture. So you don't think in terms of maintaining the house, you don't think in terms of maintaining the car. So literally you are now broke. You're at the point whereby you started off, now you're even worse. Because now if you have a car, let's say maybe you've bought a BMW, so to maintain that car, maybe in a month takes about 15,000, not installment, you bought it cash. But to actually maintain that car, it's going to take you like 15,000, maybe like every 2 months. So looking at every 2 months for the whole year, so ironically, you broke. The house, if the storm comes and you need to change the roof, can you be able to do that? No. So now that says people who, I'm not saying don't aim big, but aim big with a style. You must know everything that you're doing of how will it work. Jumping from survival mode to a millionaire, that is not good. Consistency, doing this thing, finish, moving to the next movie, that's where the key is.
Yeah. Okay. So you're in high school, you finish high school and then you go to varsity.
I never went to varsity, unfortunately. I was broke.
Okay.
I was broke. What happened was, after matric, life changed to a point even on the parent side, my grandmother was the only one that was there. So even the relationship at home changed, So I had some hardships. I was like, what am I going to do now? I wanted to go to study. I used the CAO, did my applications, but that didn't get through. I passed my matric very well. I got a B. I forgot the rates, but mostly were like about 50%.
Okay.
So after that, I went to a college, Umfolozi College. So I submitted there. I wrote a test, which cost about 150 at the time. And they said they will call me for me to come and do the application, So I was very sad. So I went off and then I waited, I think like a couple of days. And then I was applying for other universities and colleges in Durban. So one time I went to the college to check what is happening because I haven't gotten any communication. So when I get there, they're like, when did you apply? I was like, this is the actual date that I applied. They were like, but your results are good. How come you haven't gotten any call? And I was speaking to an Indian lady, which was missing. She was teaching IP, which is like speed typing sort of thing, computer. So, and then she was like, why haven't you been accepted? Because your results are very good. I was like, I don't know. So I was still waiting for that call. She was like, no, but you're very good. So you should come, you should start now. And then she took my things. I don't know who she went to, like up and down the whole time in the campus. So she was like, yeah, now everything is fine. You need to, this is your class teacher, take your stuff. And then you're starting off there. So the only reason why she also considered me was because of the English.
Okay.
So my English was very fluent from early stage. Comparing the schools I went to, they weren't like linguistic.
I see.
It's just normal Zulu schools, primary school and high school. They're all just like mostly use Zulu. So from school, even by then, I was outstanding in English. Do you know where I got it from?
Okay.
I was watching a lot of cartoons. Bro, I was watching a lot of cartoons. So now,
out of curiosity, what are some of the cartoons you grew up watching?
bro, I was watching Dragon Ball Z. I was watching Iron Fist, Ed Neddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
The classics. The classics.
So that was the stuff I was watching at the time, which kind of made me to be fluent.
Okay.
And but one thing that really impacted how I talk was listening to Eminem's song. I was
okay.
So basically I should be talking but not mumbling. So, I was like trying to catch up to his work. Even today I can't, but I still try. So that's how I got into loosen up my tongue in terms of learning English. So that's what's one thing that got her to like, hey, there's some potential here. And I believe this person can actually go far. So I think that was 2016 because I finished my matric in 2015.
Okay.
So then 2016, I went to college. I did my first year. It was hard, bro. I was walking to college every day. I think it was like 16 kilometers from home, yeah. So I was walking. Whew, dude. Hey.
Are you going back now?
Hey, it's coming back, bro. This was like the toughest year, bro. Because imagine now having to, when you're in matric, you have this mindset, you have this idea that now life is about to be better. I'm going to go to university, I'm going to go to college, I'll be a person. And then when you get there, things just go south. Like, hey, there's nothing here, bro. Still got nothing in my name. You need to start fresh.
Sure.
So I was walking every day in the morning, and then after I was even thinner than this now, bro.
And now you can see the Forex money.
From time to time, I even share my previous pictures on social media. Like, guys, this is what. And for people who respect this guy, I'm like, this is not me. This is the actual guy. This is the person who back then you wouldn't have listened to. Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, then luckily, so I was able to get to college, which like from 2016, 2017, working. 2017 was better because I entered for this thing, SRC, Student Representative Council. So it's just like they do in all the universities and colleges. So I went for that. I had to do sign-ups first. I got there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to enter to be the president of the campus. Bro, imagine. So I did that. And they gave me a form whereby I had to sign like 300. I had to get signatures, like 300 signatures, in order for me to enter for, to enter for what is it called? For the manifesto.
Okay.
Yes, the manifesto. So I was going around, asking students, please sign for me. Some were like, who are you? We don't even know you. Because now in school there was SASCO and forgot the EFF term. There was also the EFF there in school. Yeah, it was just the two. I was like, I tried to join the SASCO. They were like, no, you can't join here. We already have our structures set down. Like, okay, I'll go independent. I'm just going to do this on my own. So I got the signatures. I submitted. They're like, okay, you qualify. You may go. So in my mind, bro, it's like I'm just doing this because I'm like, okay, I just want to, do something new, go out, test the waters, see how it works. So the day of the manifesto now comes, and I just stood there at the hall. All the students are there, you know, the structures, even politicians who are on the ANC, you know, supporting this movement, the student movement. So as they called my name, I stood up. You know, you need to give a speech, convince students why they should vote for you, what you're going to do for them.
Yeah.
Imagine I have nothing myself. Hey, bro, what not went through my head that time.
Yeah.
So now I stood up. As I stood up, the very same minute, the students were like, boo.
Really?
Dude,
Yo.
the whole hall was like, boo. I'm like, God. And then one student was like, why don't you sit down because you're not a SASCO member? Why don't you sit down because you're just a SASCO member? And she was asking in Zulu, like, because SASCO, SASCO.
Yeah.
And then my question was like, should I answer you in Zulu or English? Bro, the whole hall cracked. That's why I broke the ice, bro. Like, everyone laughed. So that gave me a comeback.
Okay.
From the very same people who were booing at me, the very same people also laughed at my joke, the first joke that I cracked there. And then I gave my speech. I spoke on the things that are realistic, basically. So I didn't give much hope because I didn't understand the power of students. I didn't understand the power of the college management, you know. So I'm not particularly sure of what I spoke of, but I did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, from there, then I was recognized, you know, people, because by the time I left that hall, bro, I was like flying.
Oh, yeah?
Students, the very same people were pulling at me.
Yeah.
They had me on air, like, yeah. This is the guy we've been looking for.
Wow.
So from there, I think life got much easier because I built a relationship with the lecturers. I built a relationship with the campus manager, Mr. Huplal. So now, from working, I was able to get like lift, you know, when they see me on the road, you know, so it became better. So yeah, that was life after high school.
Yeah. And then college, did you finish?
Did you have to go?
I mean, we gotta know.
I didn't finish, bro. Hey, computer. There's this course. Imagine the what is this? The subject of the person who got me to college was the one that gave me a challenge, bro.
Oh yeah.
Because now IP, it's information processing.
Okay.
So, the course that I was doing in college was called paralegal or legal secretary.
Okay.
So it's more like a lawyer's admin. So you need to type documents, edit document, rectify, proofread, and all that. So in IP, you had to read. There's a part where you do audio. You have to listen to an audio and then just type it out. And then some you'd have to, like, you are given a document of which you have to read. And then they'll tell you that this paragraph should move to here, this one should. So you are rectifying everything as you type in. But the challenge was you need to do that at 55 words per minute.
Yeah.
55 words per minute. That's the amount of speed that you must have to be competent. And for me, like, as I said, coming from a school of which I did not learn computer at all. The first time I met a computer or saw a computer was there in college. So my fingers, even to say, they are very like heavy, bro, very heavy. Because to go back a bit, from high school on weekends, I would work at construction sites, you know. So I'd mix mud, cement and stuff, usually bring material. So that's been my life. Now I'm there. Now I need to start like 55 words per minute. Like, what? So I failed. I did not complete my N6. I did my N. There was introduction, which took 6 months. Because the full course was actually 2 years. So I did the introduction, first 6 months. I did N4. I did N5. N6, I only have one course left, which is IP N6. But the others I did well. I tried to rewrite it. You know, and even at the time, I tried to make a rewrite. I didn't have money because I think it was like 1,600 to rewrite it. So I did that. I failed. I did it again. I failed. I was like, okay, let me off. And then, yeah, I think 2017, that is also where a friend of mine, still good friends today, introduced me to Forex trading. I was like, hey, bro, you're aware of this? You should try it, you know, just do it. And at the time, it didn't make much sense. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's where I got into trading. So, still trading and blowing. Yeah, but that was it after high school. So I never finished the course. I never graduated as a result. But now I can afford my own gown.
You can get it however you can.
Yeah. I can still get it today. Yeah. But I've always thought of going back. At the time I was like, let me just work myself and then go that. And then so after I finished the course, I did get an in-service training where you get to be placed at a certain department, and then that's where you do your training there. So for me, I was placed at the Department of Education in Ilambe District, where I had to do another 1 year, 6 months. 18 months, bro. I was like, God. Hey, bro, it was hard.
Yeah.
You know, right now I may be laughing about this. Hey, but that time was very hard because now I was walking every morning, you know, like from home to that side. It was like 16K. Now I had to walk again every day to town.
To the other side.
To the other side, bro. Hey, that was breaking.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like cry on my way there, because imagine now, I had to do that, but I don't know, bro. But I feel like somehow my grandmother got tired because now we're like old. So she was hoping like by this time at least I should be able to take care of myself. So now I'm walking to this side. Mind you, there's no food. I had to make a plan of how I eat. I have to make a plan of what I wear. So back to the primary things, I couldn't do that by then. So I went for in-service training, and if I get money there, because I had people who were like doing me offers, maybe the same job that I was doing on weekends. I'd go. There's my neighbor is building houses, so on weekends I'd go to him, assist him there, and then he'd give me like, I think at the time I was making like 120 a day.
120 a day.
120 rands.
Yeah.
So I'd get that. If I get that money on particular weekend, I would buy Orus, like the 2 liter.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd buy that Orus, and I would buy the boxer bread, the yellow one.
The boxer?
Yeah, boxer bread.
Bread.
The bread with raisins. What is it called?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but it's solid boxer. The one that is yeah, I'm telling you, the one that has raisins.
Oh yeah, those who know.
It's, I think it's like 5 rand.
Okay. So with Oros.
Yeah, with Oros, bro.
Yeah.
So now I was munching those two.
Yeah.
So if I buy a loaf, I would chow that loaf in the morning, also at lunch, and then I have to eat it also when I'm going back home to keep me up, to maintain me for the night, and until I come back again the following day.
Sure.
So that was my life for like, I think I persevered, bro, and I persevered for about a year living like that. And then the following year, I was like, hey, I can't keep up. Since I did that for the whole year. So it's just more like surviving, bro. So that's what I was doing. If I get a little bit of money, same routine for the whole year. It kept me going.
But, what was actually, you find yourself in a situation like that. Okay, cool. But where do you get I'm going to say this in Zulu, I'll translate in English just now. Utolaphi isibindi. So I'm going to keep waking up every single morning and just keep at it. Like what What was your motivation during this time to just keep pushing?
Oh yeah. So my motivation was, isn't after you finish N6, then you need to get that experience. So, and then they will bind these two, your practical experience and your qualification, they bind these two, then you go to graduate, then you can get the diploma. At the time, my target was to get the diploma so that I can get a job. So at that time, I had only one motive that was driving me. That was to show up. Show up for this period. Then if you're done, then you will be able to get your qualification. Then you can actually get a job. And then you can escape this hardship that you're going through.
Sure.
So that's why every day I was working there, making sure that I am there. Whatever happens on the day, I don't care, but let me be there, let me come through and do what I have to do and go back home.
Did you think about giving up?
Hey, many times, bro. Many times. Hey, it's hard. You know, like the point that I was on, I was having mental breakdown, emotional breakdown, and physical breakdown. Because now it's one thing having to walk to work or on a clear mind. You know, you have less problems, you have less ambitions. So it's a different story. But now, having to go there, having nothing balanced, it's another thing. So, hey, bro, I don't know how I made it through. I don't know. I even have the picture of the road I was walking on a day-to-day. I think there was one guy there. I think the following 6 months, the first 6 months, I was working alone. The next 6 months, I had other new interns which came through. And then there was this guy who was staying by where I stay, but still he was like halfway from where I stay. So now I was working with him on a day-to-day. So he took this picture of me one time, and I still have it today. I was like, hey, this road, it still reminds me that even after I bought my Range, I went to that road. I was like, hey, I used to work here.
Yeah.
But the mentality of showing up, just show up. Ask no questions, just show up. I think that had helped me. Also, I think that's where I also earned consistency, you know, understanding that you need to be tolerant, you need to be that person, do what you have to do so that you get to do what you want to do. That was it. The pain was the same. There's no new pain, there's no old pain. The pain is there every day because I had to work, bro. No lift, no help, no nothing. Yeah. You know, bro, speaking of giving up, I think during that period also, I was very suicidal. I won't lie, during that time, I was very suicidal. But I don't know how I resisted because I was, but I never attempted.
Okay, I see.
You know, I was suicidal most of the time, like, oof, you know, because what led a person to be suicidal? That's why I also got to understand this. So if you're a person and you have a problem, you look at the people you know who could possibly assist you and they don't. You look at strangers who can maybe like just show up and ask you a question and you expect them to and they don't. And you assume that people, they know what you're going through. So you're just hoping that they ask you what is happening, you see. So basically when you also check on your own mental knowledge or information that you have, do you have a solution within yourself? And you don't find an answer in all these possibilities. So that's where most people, they just conclude like, why not? It takes courage, I would say. So that's why some people, they just like, no, I can't do it. So they just eliminate themselves. But for me, even from that, the lesson that I got after being so was now I have nothing to lose. I've thought of doing it. Let me just live as a person who've done it. So now I have nothing to lose. I'm a dead man anyway.
Yo.
Bro, like, that's why my mentality is the way that it is right now. So coming from never giving up and having the urge to give up every day, like, just sit down, man. Just sit down. And sit down and do what? Sit down and do what? Because I wasn't even a smoking person, you know. I wasn't much on alcohol. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't afford. But you don't need money to start. People, they support you to start.
That is truth.
You have sponsors who help you start the habits, but you have to see how you carry on.
Yeah.
So it's even got to a point whereby I was so frustrated and stressed. I then attempted, like, substance abuse. I tested weed also to see how it could, but I would just smoke that thing and pass out. Like that's how my body reacted to it. I don't know, it reacts different to different people.
Yeah, that's true.
But for me, when I smoke weed or cigarettes, I'll just pass out till the next day. So at some point, if I get that little bit of money, I will just buy it. When I think I'm thinking too much, smoke that thing, I'm gone.
Sure.
I'll wake up the following day. So, but it's never really got to me because I was like having rash. So smoke didn't like me. So I'll just get an allergy. I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
And another thing that frustrated me a lot was like, what's the point of smoking this thing, get knocked out, and then I come back the following days? The problem is still there. Nothing new. There's no... Bro, I need solutions. Like, I needed solutions, but now... So I was taking this, but nothing new. I'm not learning anything new. So I'll still come back, same guy, same problem, still facing me in the face. So I was like, oh yeah. And then after that, I started to jog. Now I was like, okay, let me just jog, to keep myself busy and all of that. But... and that's also taught me something that if you're struggling with a habit or you're having difficulties on some things, you can't kill things, right? You can't kill things just like habits. You can't kill habits. And in order, you can't even stop a habit. You need to replace it. So now coming from having to watch TV a lot and then now having to focus on I should have something to eat, I should have something to wear, So having those two things in mind builds stress in my mind to a point whereby even watching cartoons that I used to enjoy wasn't that fun. So I was like, hey, this is not it. Then I started looking for other things. So now watching cartoons, changing the whole thing, I replaced it, not finding a solution. I tried substance abuse. I didn't provide a solution. I opted out to exercising. That didn't work. I was like, okay, I need to express myself. There's a point I even got to poetry, bro.
Okay.
I even got to poetry. Yeah. There was an event in town that was called Poetry Thursday. So at the library, so they often had those. So now, after when I was doing in-service training, I would move from that space to... because it was in town. After work, I would come pass by the workshop. I do their poetry session. I attend there. Maybe they give me a slot, say something. Because, I was very fluent in talking. So I was like motivational speaker sort of. So I continued to do that for some time, getting expression of myself. Yeah, but still, so that is how habits, that's the pattern of habits I've been trying to form, to make myself useful and move forward. And I was reading a lot. So when I started poetry, then I was reading a lot and writing a lot of stuff. I'd write poets. I had many exercise books and exam pads where I'd just write stuff down and record it and listen to myself. So I think that is how that alone was able to help me go by. I wasn't really talking. I wasn't sharing with anyone because remember this, I'm a Coco's boy. Coco, the only thing she cares about is you've eaten, you've bathed, And then at some point, she cuts that out after matric.
Okay.
So now I was like by myself. I wasn't used to going to the neighbors, sitting there and all that. So now I find myself in this trouble, these problems or these challenges, and I can't talk to anyone, like I can't ask for help. So that's all together led to me like being in poetry, writing down, crying in the papers. So it put it. So I like write down my tears, everything, So you write some, you tear it down, and then you change. And then I read this book called, some of the books that I remember. The first one was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And then there was this book. The name is, but I think it's cyber technicals or something like that. But those books were solely about changing your mindset. If you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at, they change. So from there, those books, they taught me that I should have a self-image, walking around with a person that I want to be. I need to see that person. I need to have that image. And I wrote down the type of person I'd like to be. And then I had to live by that person and actually follow up to that person I have in mind. I think the same thing as women, 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 how they are, if they look for a guy, they already have that guy in mind, like, this is my man, I want them tall, rich, staying in Sentin, doing everything. And then shows up a guy like me, and then now I have to live up to that guy who's in Sentin, who's tall, who's muscular, So you end up being in a competition. So now, to come back in the topic.
Yeah.
So reading those books changed my mentality from the person I was thinking, the way that I was looking at myself as useless, meaningless, no direction, no goals at all, to this person now who's actually understanding that we as humans are actual magnets, We attract things based on how we feel about them. If you are mostly negative, you're going to attract a lot of negativity. You don't see the light. You're always thinking, even if you're talking to a person, they're just going to say something negative to you, and you take all of that in. In nowadays, we easily see that just like on TikTok. After you blow an account, you go there, you're going to see a lot of toxic content that supports your emotions. I don't know how they got that figured out. I don't know how they think they got that figured out, bro. Like, if you just go out, bro, you'll just see a lot of videos which resonate with what you're going through at that time. So now having to come from that cloud world, and I was like, okay, let me just think positive, at each day, So I got to a mindset of thinking, what is something new that I can think of to move forward? And then later, I in the habits of reading, I came across a book called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill also.
Okay, yeah.
So I think the title of it's Interview with the Devil.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying you.
That was funny, actually.
So that's the actual title of the book.
Okay.
So what Napoleon Hill is doing in that book, basically, he was having an interview with himself, his positive thoughts and his negative thoughts. So they were having a conversation of how things are operating and how things work. So If that book is too much, bro. You should read it sometime.
It sounds interesting.
And you know what? The funny story. The first time I saw that book, I was like, "Hey, I think I'm reading too much now." Because now the topic alone, like interview with the devil, like I was thinking maybe like Satanism is getting to me now. What is happening? So I saw that book the first time. I ignored it.
Okay.
Then I continued with my reading, downloading other books. I got it. I saw it again. I was like, "Yo, what am I gonna do this?" So you'd say, how was I downloading these books? Or that I had no phone.
Okay.
So I was downloading these books because I was still doing in-service training, right? So I would download from Google, like check books that are best 10 books. But so I would download them and print them. It's illegal there. So I would download and print those books, and then I'd take them home. So when I got home, that is how now I got myself busy.
Okay.
So now I continue to read this book. Hey, I got a lot of revelations from there. Like this is like I learned the causes of things. Like because most of the time we see things as results, but we never really understand how this thing came to be. So continued reading about the world, about the government, about me as a person, about there's something that I call there, which is the devil calls it drifting.
Okay.
That most people, they fall into the habit of drifting. Drifting is more like distracting. There are people who are easily distracted by anything, so most people are being distracted from their main dreams, like they're from their soul purpose, because as people on this earth, we have a purpose that we need to fulfill. Yes, you can spend a lot of time doing this, doing that, but if you're not doing something that you are aligned to, basically you're just drifting and you're wasting time. So as I continue to read that book, now I'm asking myself, am I a drifter? What do I stand for? What do I live for? So how can I become an alpha? How can I become great as a person? And then the answer was, the answer of how can you not be a drifter was, imagine, so that description comes from the devil, and the devil is also giving you advice on how to save yourself from being a drifter. So the answer was, in order for one to not be a drifter, you need to be a person of value. You need to come up with something that will help a lot of people. You need to give rather than receive. You need to prioritize, have goals. When you have your goals, you write them down according to plan, how you want them to be. And there's a big difference between goals and wishes. Lazy people, they have wishes as goals. Whereas people who with logic, they know a step by step to their goals. As a result, if you write your goals down, it's easy to hit them. But if you wish for your goals, you can even go 10 years wishing. So now, having to learn that, then I put more effort on poetry at the time to make sure that I'm building maybe a career there as a motivational speaker. I was also doing some schools, requesting that I do in prayers, matric prayers and assemblies. So I was doing that because I was trying to make myself a valuable person, a valuable man to society. So, then from there, I got into trading.
Yeah, but how do you actually get... But trading actually came to you while you were at... came to you before?
College,
while you were at college. So, throughout this whole entire time...
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
My history of Forex trading...
Okay.
First things first, in grade 12, I was doing economics. I was doing economics business studies, and I think those two, and accounting.
Okay.
So these three, they're relevant to the markets and the economy itself. So, like teachers, when they're teaching, they've once talked about it. So I had one teacher, Mr. Mlalose, who was like, hey guys, if you do stuff, maybe you should pursue Forex trading. And he explained it at the time when I was in grade 12, but it didn't make much sense. I was like, whatever. So he was like, this thing can make a lot of money. You can be a millionaire. So to me, it's like, out, in and out. Yeah. So now, when I got to college, one of the guys also came to me and like, hey, are you aware of this? Maybe you should consider it. You should teach. Not teach. He wanted to teach me and say, no, you should download this application because I think at the time he wanted to put it at the varsity because now I was in the SRC leadership, right?
Yeah.
So he wanted to like implement it in school. I was like, I'm not sure, but I'd look into it and then I'll tell you what I think. So I was like testing there because I had my own office at the college, try to figure this thing out. So it didn't make sense, but I was like, I'm going to learn. So for him, he hardly had time. So, which now pushed me to YouTube, of course. Mm-hmm. So I was watching more YouTube content, trying to find out strategies, how it can work and all. So now in college, and then it came to me like, hey man, isn't this the same thing that teacher was talking about back then? And then now I'm hearing this guy about it. So he was like, try to test it. I'm like, hey, and then I went to that teacher. I was like, hey, there's something like this. I think it's similar to what you spoke of. It's called Forex. This is how it works. So I was like, yeah, this is the same thing I was talking about back then. I was like, oh, this is it. So I was like, hey, maybe I should focus on this because this guy said if you really get well here, your life will change.
And sure it did.
Hey, it did. Hey, God did. So I went back to it now. I was like, hey, I should really focus on this. And then I dropped off my in-service training because that thing was training me a lot, bro. Mm-hmm. Having to show up every day there was like, it was just too much. Then I stopped. And then I went back to construction work. You can see the evidence. Even today, my hands haven't healed. So I went back to that working 7 and now I'm trading to get capital so I can buy a phone and then continue to work since I'm trading for that and then continue to work to now get capital so I can actually fund. So I went back to that guy like, hey, my brother, please help me open an account, So he assisted me opening a trading account. And then I got through and it's still like, okay, how does this thing work? So I'm trying. And another thing about me, I've always been this curious person. So like each and every time I went to this guy, I was like, hey, but let me just, mind my own business. Let me just do it myself, read, curious, go to YouTube, search, because now I had a phone. So I was, after every weekend I was getting paid. So if I get paid, make sure that now I buy data and I buy, like meals so I can have my own food. That was the basic thing. So I do that and then continue to learn, make notes because I'm used to writing and reading. So it became much easier. I download all of these PDFs, you're reading there, download these videos, you watch them day and night, sleepless nights. Because even right now, people, they question why I don't sleep. I'd be live on TikTok at 4 o'clock, but not selling signals. So it's a habit, it's a feature I developed from as early as 2015 when I was doing metric.
Okay.
Because I had to do it, I had to get it done. So I was studying a lot. So now I was like, I'm used to this thing, reading books. Let me just put effort here and see how it works out. So I started watching videos now, trying, drawing, marking, Yeah, keep blowing.
For how long though?
Let's see, 2018, 19. Yeah. 2018, 19, 20. Yeah, those 3 years, those were like,
You were just consistently
I was
blowing.
consistently blowing, bro. No withdrawal, nothing.
So when do you see money for the first time from Forex?
I think I made money. No, I was making money. It's just that, these small losses, it's hard to recall them, because you just make 500 here, then you blow it
I
again.
see.
So now it's kind of hard because if I say no, the question is, how was I being consistent? How do I know that there is real money? So now that gives evidence that, no, I was making wins here and there.
I see,
So,
I see.
but now they weren't making much sense because it was just like trading, so maintain myself, survive. I was doing that. So going forward now, I was learning, trading from 2019. When was COVID? 2020?
2020, yeah.
2020, yeah. So before 2020, now I was like, okay, let me just try and do this. So I was helping a lot of few people. And then I had people coming to me, calling me a Forex mentor now, like, hey, bro, can you teach me this thing? I hardly understood this because, when you're starting off in trading, you just keep on posting on social media, you're posting on WhatsApp. People are like, hey, what is this? Teach me, I was like, hey, this is how it works. And at the time, I would share my common understanding, like, no, this is Forex, this is how it works, And then people now come with money, like, hey, I don't take money, and they keep coming, and I don't take money. And they keep coming, and I was like, okay, give me that money. So I ended up taking the money.
Yeah.
But I explained very well, like, I can take your money, but there is risks here. I can lose the money. So those people who gave me the funds, I took that money, right? I think the first guy gave me like 5K. I took that money and I moved out at home. I didn't trade it. I'll be honest, bro. It's loud. So I took that money, then I moved out at home, and then I went for renting, right? So I went out for renting. And then I continued. I think I left some to fund an account. I think like maybe 1,000 or what. So, because when I got to the space, I paid for like 3 months in advance, and there was no furniture. So decisions made in instant, bro. I moved out now. I get to a place. If I get a room, I think it was like 700 rands.
Yeah.
And then I get there. There is no furniture. There's nothing. I'm like,
It's just you.
How do I, it's just me now. How do I start? So I'm like starting from the bottom.
Yeah.
The bottom now.
Yeah.
So I got there, I had some funds. I bought a mattress, sleeping on the floor. I bought Movites, the basic things, bought Movites. Those things that don't need cooking.
Yeah.
It's just chow. So that I started off. But my mentality of moving away from them was I've struggled a lot in that place. So I was like, maybe if I move, this can also shape my mentality. And the people of which know me from there, they always question, like, hey, what are you doing now? Why do you stop doing? So I was like, no, let me just disappear, be somewhere where I'll be by myself and really, really focus on this thing.
Okay.
So yeah, then from that point, I had people coming wanting to learn. So they'd pay, I'd teach them what I understood. Some would make money, be grateful, they share the comments, some wouldn't. So I was like, but I'm still learning as myself, because they were insisting now. So I was explaining to them, this is how, but I think the one thing that made me powerful, because to this day, I've been in trading from 2018 to this day, you'll never hear someone come and say, Mashaya scammed me. Why? Because I've always been transparent.
Okay.
Beside that guy whose money I rented with. But I've always been transparent. For example, if I'm trading, I would show you how I'm trading.
Okay.
If I lose, I'd show you this is the loss. If I made profits, so I was like open house. Because I was like, if I'm going to build a habit of lying, this is going to take away my freedom.
Sure.
So I've always had that mentality from back there. I was like, if I'm going to start to keep secrets, this will chow me. So rather be open. You have nothing to lose, bro. You come back from killing yourself in a way. Bro, it always came back to me. It's like a voice speaking over, like, yeah, when I fell. So you're a dead man already. So why would you fear?
Sure.
You know. So then I played a game of transparent. People would come, they'd pay that amount, and then I'd take that money. If they pay, I'd take that money, buy stuff now, bought a bed, bought, stuff in the house, pots, plates, and all that. Now I'm in a better basic place. So I have things, then get that money, buy a laptop. So I kept growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now also still in question to how can I win consistently in this game? How can I really make money? Like, I need to make money. I need to break out. So from 2020, that there was COVID now, hard movement. Everything that they trusted that it's working, it's just failed. 2020, bro, crashed a lot of things, even businesses. Best businesses like, yeah, we got this. So that's really proved like people really need to see how the world works, how the business world is. And I was like, okay, now if this happened, I need to know the exact things of how the market works. And then I was breaking down the markets now. So I was now in a better place. So my curiosity was still on to what things that I can call out that are very specific, continue to seek this knowledge. I was watching YouTube content. I came across ICT's content. I watched it and watch. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I found that it's very good, but it's a lot.
It is a lot.
So learning ICT, one, you like you have no direction. You find a direction. And then you keep going on that direction, and now you're speeding on that direction, and then you lose direction. So now you have this information that is working, but you don't know how to package it. You don't know how. Basically, you just continue to keep learning to a point whereby even if you find what's working, you just continue. So with ICT, what I've learned from my years of a drifting trader to what I was doing at the time was, these markets, they're very accurate in terms of time. It works on time. And there are things that are happening in the markets which are very specific on a day-to-day basis. And then the mindset was like, what are those things now? So there was a second search, like, what are those actual things? So now everything that I knew went out the window.
Okay.
Because I was like, yeah, but this, you draw your trend line, think it's going to break. You wake up in the morning, it's broke, went all the way down. So, but in terms of direction and precision, because this is a numbers game, from ICT now, I get a sense of direction, understanding that there are specific things that I need to know. What are they and how does the market works, So I did his courses, watch a lot of his videos, as I said, in direction and also out of direction. Going forward, so I was making money here, losing there, making money. But that's where I started to see profitability, And sometimes when you do something too often, you get bored. Then you continue consuming, Then you astray, you see this strategy, new strategy, you test it out. And so I went in and out of ICT, then into other strategies as well. So now I was like, I know too much. A lot of information that because once I opened the chat, all of these things now are speaking.
All at the same time.
So now I was like, okay, I understand this is what I know. But let me just revert back to what or when was I winning most? Why was I winning? What are the actual things that were working? So let me also check around the day in terms of every hour. What is the market actually happening? And when are those things really forming? Nothing technical, nothing hard. Imagine this also was my information break-even point. To a point whereby I have a lot of information that I don't see the results of. So now I needed to do another breakdown and say, this is what was working. Why was it working? What are the factors that came into play in order for that to now work? Then as I was now in the course of this study, I think this was 2020, early, right? And then I started doing that, jotting down, taking all the notes, like proofread also, take out some stuff. So I wanted to find actual thing. So the more I did that, then I came into reality, like, okay, this is what it's working, this is what it's working, this is what it's working. So turns out that then I was trading in the morning, look for specific thing. During the day, now I'm doing this on demo. I'm doing this on demo because I have this money, which should sustain me for this period of time. So let me not waste this money, trade on something that I don't understand. Rather, let me collect some evidence on this, these notes that I've made to see if it's really working. Then it would be practical, seeing demo trading. Then I'll see, okay, this is working. I'm seeing results now are coming in.
Yeah.
So to a point where I knew in the London session how it will work, New York, how the market will move in the afternoon. So I was looking for a lot of things. Still, that was still a lot. I was like, no, man, this is not it. I'm close, but this is not it.
Okay. So basically, sorry to cut you. So basically, what I'm trying to understand, and I think this is what a lot of people actually struggle with, is having too much information.
Yeah.
Not knowing what to cut out, how to cut out certain information, or how to decide what is it they're going to use and not use. So basically what I'm understanding from you, this is basically your thought process at this point.
Yeah.
As to, because I really need you.
It's hard to identify.
Yeah, it really is. Because why I'm asking what I'm asking is basically that if we need to go back, because I really want you to just kind of iron it out for the next person. Because I know this is where a lot of guys, it hits them a lot. Because guys are struggling. Guys have knowledge, information. They've got access to it.
As a trader, you have a lot of things in mind you. You have the information that you know. You have the experience that you know. And then you also kind of have sentimentals, opinions now.
Okay.
Coming up. But for sentimentals, that takes a closed mind to overcome them. So for me, how I get into that now, first things first, I had a goal of saying I want to find just one thing that's happened on a day-to-day basis. The exact candlesticks, the exact number of candlesticks at the exact time, at the exact price. So how I got into that was curiosity.
Okay.
Like, I want to know. So now, in first, I was focusing in a lot of hours. And then now checking the probability, like, here, when I trade in the morning, I'm losing. In the day, maybe I'm losing. In the afternoon, I'm losing. Okay, let me play around with the thing, But the one thing that called me for direction was I wanted to know the specifications. That was my obsession, actually, which kind of, if I put that particular understanding into play, if I didn't get the results, I would phase it out. Like, this is not it, man.
Okay.
And then I tried the next thing, and then the next thing maybe better. Okay, what's wrong here? Let me change this. So that's one thing most people, they need to be aware. But when it comes to an average trader, the reason why most people, they find it hard to learn, each and every time they get an opportunity to learn, they always go back to, this is what I've been taught. It's very hard to deny information and say, this is how I've always been. So, I can't trade that way now. This is what I was taught. And I've seen someone win through this. So this is basically what must be working. So for most people, they fall into that trap whereby they reject to Biri. Yeah,
It's okay.
They reject
Yeah.
New information, giving up old information so they can relearn new information and put that into practice.
Sure.
So that's where most people are arrogant because they're like, hey, I won't try, I learned it. This is what I am. So now I've been to that point to say that's information. That's why most of the time, even on socials, you will never see me criticize a mentor. There was one time where I'm still against Trendline strategy.
Okay.
I'm like, it doesn't make sense. And people are like, no, stop hating on other mentors. I'm like, I didn't mention anybody's name. I'm not a person who's picking up names every time because I'm never looking for a fight. My point is, you need to realize that the information that you are putting into practice is not accurate. That's my point. So trend lines are not accurate. Trend lines are default.
Okay, let's go. Let's actually get into that because I've actually seen that you're actually quite vocal about that particular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm totally against trend line strategy, bro. Because it's default. You are looking at these charts and you just marking your own. The lines are being drawn by you.
Okay.
Or I'm the one who's drawing the lines if I'm using it.
Okay.
And another person is. So we can be trading the same thing, but we're drawing the lines differently. So if I win, I make a lot of noise. Yeah. And if I lose, then it's fake. It's manipulation. So they always have these terms in place to support the wrong information that is out there. Because if you are using something and the results are otherwise, why are you being in denial of saying this information is not profitable? You see, because profitability is a result of information applied.
Okay.
If we really look into it. So now also, when you draw your trend lines, as I say, it's by default, you're the one doing that thing. And another thing, trend lines, there is no targets. They put you in a mentality that you're always expecting expanding markets. Like once the support or resistance is broken, then the market should fly. You know, it should just go up or go down. So it's put you in that mentality whereby on my understanding now, I'm even happier with 20 to 50 pips. It makes more sense.
Okay.
Rather than that mentality I had before, like analyzing and then draw that line. And when you really check, when you like revisit my previous analysis in the mind, I'm looking at that line that I threw up in like 10,000 pips. How can the market move 10,000 pips in one day?
Yeah.
Impossible. Because now the market is something called an ATR, which is an average daily range.
Yeah, yeah.
So it has a specific amount of pips or points that it has to move in a day. So now that's also phased out that trend lines because now it's a pattern. You can't measure a pattern because you can't count it. You just hopeful. It's hopeful trading actually.
Yeah.
So I ended up going off that. But for people who are using trend lines because they see one guy who just bought a Golf 7 and thinking that it's it. But my point is, if you say it's a bullish flag, tell me the next time that bullish flag will form. Tell me the exact pair where that bullish flag will form. If you have those two answers, then that thing works.
Can I take it from this angle? So what if a person... okay, so Akira, we know one thing about the markets is that every moment in the market is unique.
Yeah.
So can it be a case of like, it's happened once, but it might not ever happen again the same way, but it will happen again.
It will happen. Yeah, it's a pattern, so a pattern will repeat. But as a trader, we are working with numbers and time.
Okay.
So time is numbers, is price and, let's just say price and time. So those two things, they are specific.
Okay.
So you can't just go in the market and say, I want to buy. You're buying what? Where are you buying? You know. So for most people who are in that mist of saying, I'm going there to buy. Buy what? Buy where? That's the answer. That's the answers people need to ask themselves. To my realization, how I got into that, I was like translating the actual market to the natural markets or on like the supermarkets.
Okay.
How it is, because if you go far back, you would find that markets were operating on times of saying this is what time the business will open. They're gonna have trading hours. This generally in the morning in the supermarkets back then they'll have discounts. So during the day the price will be raised up, and then later in the afternoon then sales start to drop. Did you see what I did there?
No, I'm with you.
That's the markets, bro. And you don't need Trendlines to understand that. You don't need Trendlines to understand that. That's how it always been.
Yeah.
That's how it always been. Telling you, bro.
Yeah.
Just that basic. You will always have a discount. Yeah, if you close on a high day, the following day we're gonna have discounts. Why? Because they must be there.
Yeah. Sorry, just the shoe on the table for the mics. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so they must be there. That's how the market moves. We'll give you a highest price, then next day lower price, then go back to the natural state and then continue to go. And you don't need trend lines to understand that thing. So you're just in an illusion of saying this is what works. And trend lines don't control the markets. So what does? It's too much to know what does, but you don't have to know what does. But if you're gonna focus on studying for specific things in the market, you will find them. And just like the 714 method, it's things that are there in the market. I didn't create them. It's something I became aware of, that they are there. And even when I was blowing, they were there. But since I didn't realize it, it was quite hard for me to know that it's working. So when I shifted my focus, then it became very much obvious. It came to the light.
Can you break down the essence of the 714 method, especially for those who've never heard about it? What is it about exactly? Yeah.
714 method, it's the description of it, how it is in the book. 714 method is a strategy that specifically focuses on trading on time. We look for specific things in the market that happen on a day-to-day basis. So it's more like, don't go into the market not knowing what you're looking for. So when you go to the market, this is what you should look for. So the other description is basically we trade from 1 to 2.
Okay.
That is what I've taught most people. We trade from 1 to 2, so you wait 7 hours a day. So from morning till 1 p.m. you do nothing. You trade at 1 to 2, you take your trade. And after 2 p.m. South African time, 4 candlesticks should be enough to make your salary. Easy. Even if I put it in that simple form, but the greed, I think it's greed. I don't know what is it, wanting more information unnecessarily. Still more people, they want more information. I'm like, this is the basic, bro. That is how I survive. That is where I've made a lot of money.
Yeah.
But still people are like, no, man, hey, there should be some. Yeah, I know more. But out of all the information, if I can gift you something, what would it be? Because I've always said this thing, like, if I can say one thing to a person and it changes their life, what would it be? Previously, I'd had like codes and lines, But now we're in the charts. This is my life. So what is the one thing that I can tell you today, whether you are an advanced trader, you're a beginner trader, maybe you're a master at trading, but what is one thing that I can say that can still change your world? It is this. Look at the market. 1 to 2 p.m., if the market goes up, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 6 p.m., it's going to drop. If the market from 1 to 2 p.m. will go down, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 6 p.m., it will be going up. But you don't want the whole trend. You're just looking for 50 to 100 pips if you're trading gold. That's blue, bro. You keep it blue either way. You don't have to stay up all night drawing trend lines. You don't have to wake up early drawing trend lines. What did I do there? I eliminated a lot of things which cause you stress. Number one, cause you to be impatient, cause you to be psychological. You know, people they come to me, hey, Mashaya, I'm having psychological problems, my bra. How do you tackle into that, bro? If you focus on the method, you trade it. Automatically, it's a cure. It cancels all those other insecurities. Because this is, you know what to do, when to do it. So basically alone, that solves a lot of your problems. And you save money. And you save time. Because now you are not a zombie trader. Most people are zombie traders out there.
Yeah, that's true.
You'd find a person at 2 o'clock in the morning on the charts talking about it. You'd find a person, they have no life, actually. So now all they talk is Forex. You can't even go to the mall. You don't network. You don't socialize. You're always on the charts. Why? Because you don't know what you're looking for. So if you don't know what you're looking for and you don't know when it's going to happen, you must be glued to the screen. Because you don't know. You have no precision. You're just fishing, That's the only thing that has no accuracy, fishing. I used to go to fishing, but I know. So now a lot of people, bro, are really lost in that. So the 714 method for me, it's a time saver. It is like precision, bro. I needed to know what to do, when to do it. As I said, just as I explained it here, that's it. You don't have to give me your money. Why? Let's just be honest about it. Then if I just told you, why do you have to give your money? Why should I ask for people's money?
So you can enrich yourself, how?
We make money from the market.
But people argue your time, your effort. But you're basically not saying this is not mentorship, it's just giving information out.
I'm teaching. Yeah, I do have mentorship, but I'm not talking in the sense of mentorship. I'm just saying, if I understand that this is the basic of trading, like the market will do what the market has to do, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what you think. And for me, I've mastered something that is very specific. It's going to happen either way. If it won't sell, it will buy.
Does mindset and, how can I put this? Does mindset and discipline play a role in participating in the 714 method?
Yeah. In terms of mindsets, mindset comes with belief, right?
Okay.
So you can't say you want something to work, but you're not putting in the supposed structures for it to work. So a mindset alone comes with the thoughts, of which that thought, in order for it to be fruitful, you need to support it with information and practical experience. Because for me, I tend to differentiate information, categories of, I'm not sure what it's called all together, but you have information, I give you the words and numbers, you take those words and numbers, you put them into practical experience. And when you put it into practical experience, when you do practicality, then you get experience. So experience is actually a permanent line that says if you've practiced this information, then it becomes permanent, right? Once it's permanent, then that's where you have the experience of doing something without the hardshipness. You don't have to refer back to the notes. And then once now you've done those two things, then you have wisdom, of which is the juice now of experience. So this thing, it's in you. You feel it. You see it happening. If just like that, the FMAS, if I had a camera there, you'd see how many people they came to me. And hey, bro, hey, 714, hey, it's working for me. They shake hands. Some were very scared because now they're in other places. Some were very because they don't want to be seen. I don't understand why they are ashamed. If it's working, it's working. It's working. I'm not taking anything from you. So Coming to mindset and discipline. My definition of discipline is you need to be loyal. You need to be truthful to your words. Discipline is nothing but just keeping your words. If you say you're going to do something, you do it.
Simple.
If you say you won't, you don't.
Sure.
That's discipline for me. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your biggest trading truth, or I don't want to say trading advice, that you wish every beginner can know before they start?
What I wish any beginner would learn is it's not about hardship. Most people, they're into this mentality that you should suffocate to win. You should go through hardship to win. You know? So, getting the right information, you can just win. You don't have to have a sad story. You don't have to suffer. You know, I've seen this through me. A lot of people who've learned the 714 method at a first hand. Bro, those people, they don't know pain. They don't know pain. Like, straight into profitability. Bro, earlier on I was working by myself. I would get calls, people crying, bro, tearing down. Every day, bro, people saying, this is my first time withdrawing. I don't know anything about this, but what I'm seeing here is impossible. I've been trading for so long, but I've never made a withdrawal. Breaking down. You know what's happening now? I have a team of guys I work with. Maybe you often see them on TikTok. So I have a team of people I work with. My phone still rings because now they're taking care of the calls. I have my own private number, but they're taking care of the call. Same thing still happens. And I always tell them, like, guys, if I was a scammer, you would already know by now, and definitely you wouldn't be working for me. But now you see the things that I've always said, and it's like Mashaya is just making stories up. Bro, imagine he's picking up my call. Someone is calling there, crying, because they don't believe what is happening. Those are people who are like trading for the first time. You know, like impossible made possible.
Yeah.
Impossible made possible. I often have this quote that our greatest goal in life is to be permanently rich in a way that being poor becomes impossible as it was being rich. Repeat that.
No, I'm thinking about, I'm going to have to later watch that again so I can capture that, because you said what you said. I felt it, but I need to learn it.
Bro, that's why it's too deep. Our deepest desires is to be permanently rich.
Okay.
In a way that being poor becomes impossible as it was being rich.
Sure.
Because at some point in life, being rich seems of a distance, seems impossible. You're looking at where you are, you're looking at your figures, you're looking at what you know, you're looking at the people you know, it's like, there's no way, this is impossible, you know. So now we want to be rich in that sense. We want to be rich in a point whereby being poor now becomes impossible as it was being rich. That's where we're going, man. That's where we're going, and that's where I wish for most people to actually get. So for those people who are starting off in trading, you don't have to lose. You really don't have to lose. Just go for it. As long as you get the right information, your career can just spiking up.
Do you have any personal routines, books, or people that you look up to that keep you grounded?
In Forex trading, no. But in business in general, the one guy that I look up to, that I imitate or mirror, it's Nqobile Tembane. That's one business tycoon I look up to. I like his style. how he talks. I've met him once last year. Even got a picture with him. So, and that's one person I thought I'd never see anytime soon. And then last year it happens, boom, with the gala, he's there, like you. So the other guy knew I wanted to meet him. I was like, hey, you know Vusi? I was like, yeah. But I like the guy. I was like, yeah, he's there. I'll take it to him later. I'm like, eh? Serious? So I think that was one of my biggest goals or person that I've always wanted to see. And that happened and it's passed. So I'm like, hey, man, nothing is impossible, bro. Hey, from rags to riches, bro. Like, hey, like it's not just a picture of saying, yes, thank you. We actually spoke, had a little bit of a conversation. But there is one person that I look up to and hope to imitate and grow and be like him in terms of respect, the dignity, the humbleness, Don't show that you have things. Even right now, I have achieved. I have worked for things. Some people, they say it's blessing. It isn't as much as it is a blessing, but you need to work for it. God can give you information to practice. If you don't practice it, you don't get the result. Yeah, bro.
What's your personal take on risk management?
Risk management depends on the appetite. On a serious note, but it depends on the appetite because you hear people even coming here saying, you risk 3%. What is 3% of 1,000? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, bro. I won't lie. So, in terms of risk management, the general rule is don't risk the money that you can't afford to lose. But we need the money, man. Because eventually, if you don't lose this money here, you lose it somewhere. But the end goal, you're going to lose this money. So why hold back, But I'm not saying full margin and all, but just understand how much you're risking and take a position that you're going to understand how you lost. For a typical example, if you have a 1,000 rands account, if you're going to put 0.01, which is a micro lot, that account has long time to survive. But if you put 0.05, which means that account is going to leave half of what it was going to leave for 0.01. Let's say maybe 100 pips. If you use 0.05, probably the markets can move 50 pips. So the more trade you add on that small account, the shorter the life of that account will be. Doesn't go long. So you need to choose there. That is my understanding of risk management. Yes, personally, I don't have a specific routine that I'm following. Sometimes I just, on normal days, I trade regular, like apply proper risk management. But on fundamentals, like I just go fully in. Just go fully in and just go all in, do whatever I have to do. That's about it. So, yeah. The thing of saying I have a trading plan, hey, that's unrealistic, bro. I won't lie.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of people talk about it, man. Like, no, have a trading plan, have your schedule, write down your pairs. That's unrealistic. How can you have... hey, bro, it's so unrealistic because, for example, if you have setups in place and you're like, okay, I'm going to bank like 50 pips every day, and then comes up the market the following day, it doesn't move there. Just move 50 pips to your stop loss. Do you still enter the opposite side? No. So the plan is dead. Why don't you just trade the market for what it is? Don't stop trying. I think the solution to that is stop trying to control the markets. Move with the markets. If it's buying, follow, look things that support that direction.
So do you think some form of... Because I think a trading plan is something that kind of brings some form of structure and some form of discipline to people. Do you not think so, though?
Yeah, you could say a trading plan does that, but trading plan And the strategy, I think if you have a good strategy, a trading plan you don't need. Like it's one thing, just a different name. Or maybe it's just with a trading plan, it's more logic. But no one has the consistency to actually read rules every day, you know. And you only remember those rules once you've lost a trade. You're like, ish. And now you feel guilt again, so it hits you back.
Yeah.
So it's more like imprisoning yourself into doing that. But as I said, there's a part where I said, if you are going to have a strategy and you practice, you apply it, it's going to make more sense to a point whereby most of the inconveniences or most of the things that are confusing you will just fade away. So focusing on your strategy alone and trade with the mentality of making profits, not a million. That's the mentality that is killing a lot of people. Because people on social media, they've seen a lot of big accounts. They've seen people running 7 billion profits. I've seen it.
I know we've seen things, eh?
Hey, we've seen things. So, here's the thing that has traumatized people. People have seen a lot of profits running out there, right? They've seen accounts, screenshots of 100,000, 200, 500,000, 1 million. So each and every time they execute, that picture comes to mind now, right? They thinking that they will turn what they have on their screen into that in a short time. So that's where most traders are killed, because now they thinking they're going to kill the markets, but I see more tombstones on them. So it's funny, but it's sad.
Yeah.
So because people have seen these things so many times, being influenced by a lifestyle, and they're like these forex traders lifestyle. What is that, bro? Like, why? Yeah. So all of those things, people they use as motivation, but on the other side, it's actually depressing and undermining one's self-image. Because when you look at that person, they have everything. You just bought their signals, and when it's not, you're like, supposedly Forex yabo Mashaya, supposedly Forex yabo Spanban, you know. So that's kind of beats back to you with this thing. It's not what it should be. Yeah, well, yeah. But yeah, you can have your trading plan. But for me, bro, I don't play by rules. Just go there, look for what I know I enter. On my personal perspective, because I don't trade for anyone. So I just do my own trading. But for people, if you're going to have a trading plan, also, as I say, it should have specifications. Specifications are very important, and it shouldn't be a lot. Maybe you should have just like 3 important rules that you look at. Number 1 being time. Number 2 being price. Number 3 being that pattern. That's a complete trading plan. If it's going to have a lot of yada, 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 you're never going to follow that thing. I know. You're never going to follow that thing, because our minds as people are mostly everywhere. We just want something that is short. That's why even my book is very thin. Yeah, one guy called it a pamphlet, and it smacked his career. Yeah, but I see collab.
You've built a community for yourself as well. Can we just talk about that real quick?
Yeah, so having to use 714 method for myself, because in the beginning of my career was to find truth and find what works. So I've gotten everything I want in life. I was able to build myself a house, double-story house, bought cars, you know, and a lot of community programs, give backs. So I was like, okay, now what do? Do I resign in Forex trading and say I'm done? what do I do? So I was like, no, bro, it's pointless. You can't. I'm too young. When will I get old? Thinking that now I'm done in life. So I was like, no, let me just be like responsible. Let me just go back to the communities. Let me give back not only in terms of money. Let me give back in terms of support. Let me give back in terms of knowledge programs. So we're doing a lot of things. In terms of education, I'm doing seminars. This year, I challenged myself to go around South Africa. I'm doing seminars. They are all completely free. None of them is paid. Unlike those. So they are all free. It's free entry. Also, these seminars are also a way for me because I've always been indoors for the past years, trying to find out master Forex trading up until it worked for me. Then I was like, now I got the thing. So let me just like go out a bit, So these seminars are also an opportunity for me to actually go out, meet other people, experience life. So it's very much helping. And people who are like learning the 714 method, I just aspire them to do the same thing that I'm doing. It's worked for me. I have no doubts about it. I can stand for it on any day. So I believe it has already impacted a lot of people because having hundreds of thousands of social media followers that say something and people are really confirming that it's working for them. I don't do investments. I don't take people's money. I don't have specials. Yes, I do have private mentorships, but I give out more than what I actually receive. As I said in the beginning, from the book Outwitting the Devil, if you want to be a valuable man, give more value, then you will be respected. Because my purpose was to make a name for myself in terms of being respected and also bring value to the community, bring value to the society. Because if you could have more people like me, the country will be a better place. This is also solving issues like unemployment, So if you can empower yourself independently, make your own money, then it's a good thing. That's my language. I'll never go and say, hey, I'm a millionaire. Hey, I can buy your family. What am I going to do with your family? So it's this, speaking of mindsets, it's this mentality, So people who are broke, often they like to brag, But people who really got it figured out, they move, they do things that actually make sense. It's not about cars. Driving the best car, the BMW that came out last week, doesn't mean you're a successful trader. I think a lot of people have been misled by these things, thinking just because someone is driving the best car, they are the best mentors and whatnot. No, that's not about it. And most people have seen those things over the years. Like, this is not it. To a point where by now, the definition of Forex trading has become a scam. That's not the definition of Forex. There's scams are happening in all businesses out there. Tendering businesses, there's scams. Taxis businesses, there are scams. Car sales, shipment, people buying stock from China. They're getting scammed every day, So it's happening everywhere. Now they're acting as if now Forex is the major business where scamming is happening. Yeah, there is part of it. It's just that it's more digital. But that's not the definition of Forex. And Forex alone will never scam you. It's a person who introduced you or who came to you and took your money. Just like right now, bro. Do you know how many fake accounts I have under my name? Yo. Even that, some guy came to me like, hey, Mashaya, hey, I'm seeing here, I'm chatting to you, but now you said you want money on your life. You said you don't want money. I'm like, let me check the number. The number is not mine. I'm checking the code. But I'm like, bro, but you can see this is not me. Because for me, some people, they say I'm arrogant, like very insulting. But the reason why I do that is for emphasis. So how can I maybe say something offensive online, maybe while talking there with many people watching, because when I go live, I have like over 500 people every time. So how can I say something offensive there? And then on the inbox, I'm begging you to give me your money. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, bro. But I really wish a lot of people can find the truth and trust this information, use it, free themselves, From nothing to someone, from Stanger. Do you know how small Stanger is?
Yeah.
It's a very small, yeah, you've been there. So it's a small town, bro. Like, it's a very small town. Now I'm in Cape Town. There are people in Stanger still dreaming about coming to Cape Town. I can fly in here, fly out anytime I want.
Yeah.
You know, so it's life. Stop drawing trend lines. Yeah.
And on that note, thank
Yeah.
you so much, Mashaya. Umntana kagogo. Did I say it right?
yeah.
How do you guys say it in Zulu? You would say, is it umntana kagogo?
Umzukulu kagogo.
Yeah, umzukulu kagogo. No, but honestly,
Yeah.
thank you so much for just coming out and just coming to give as well for the
True.
sake of the next person watching. And I appreciate you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much. So in closing, guys, there's so many fake accounts out there. Can I give my contact details?
No, down. We're gonna leave everything down below and on screen as well.
Yeah. That's better because you're so.
It's bad.
There is so many. But guys, I never ask for anyone's money. We make money from the markets. We get it from the markets, and my belief is no one has to suffer for the other to win. I don't have to lose in order for you to win. You don't have to lose in order for me to win. So that's not how the market is. Let's rush for information. And when you get the right information, close your ears, close all mental doors and focus on that information. Because there's a lot of information out there. You can get it and get out, lose it all. So that's about it. And thank you so much for this opportunity to finally be on Top Trader SA. So I'm at the top, eh? So yeah, it's been a time, it's been a journey. So I really appreciate so much, guys, your work. It's very good.
I appreciate
enlightening and sharing information to other people. My hope is only the person who listened. You cannot capture everything, but one or two lines that we've spoke of possibly can enlighten someone into going deeper and finding the truth about the financial markets.
No, perfect.
Thank you.
No, thank you very much. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching with myself, Nqobile Tembane. I will see you guys same time, same place. And we're out.